As you know, we have very big population, 280 million people, and 69% of that are in the productive age. So for us, a very key point is on the job creations. And if we see the investment that has been coming into Indonesia, we've seen over the years that it has been very much focused on labor-intensive industry. So when we talk about labor-intensive, of course, we talk about textile garments, shoes, electronics, furniture, all the labor-intensive. Now, there are a number of issues I think that we need to address first when we talk about the current conditions. So, first of all, on the job creation side, we actually have a demographic bonus, right? We have demographic bonus that lasts another, would say, 10 years. But if you see the investment that has been coming into Indonesia, it has actually shifted from the urgent labor intensive, which can absorb every 1 trillion investment, about 4,000 jobs, to only about now, after 7 years, about 1,000 jobs every 1 trillion. So we have moved from labor intensive to more capital intensive industry. So this is where it sits right now. And then if we look at also the second issue, which is, of course, with automation, digitalization, and so forth, this is also impacting the absorption of jobs. So Indonesia now has issue in terms of creation of jobs, because we cannot have enough jobs in the industry. A lot of the people are also moving now towards the informal sector. So Indonesia have a very high employment sector right now, about 60% of employment sector. So this is where we are sitting right now. And of course, the current condition of the labor-intensive industry, the manufacturing, are very much under pressure with the current condition.
Right.
If we see, what's happening with the demand, of course, the geopolitical shift, all the conflicts and the US tariff, all that, of course, impact also the demand globally, but also domestically.
Why do you think Indonesia didn't really benefit from, as like a China plus one play? Vietnam did, Malaysia did, many others in the region did in recent years. What didn't go well in Indonesia's case?
Okay, I think first of all, Indonesia is continuing to try to improve its investment climate. I think mainly the bottom line is the investment. Right? Investment climate. So when we look at investment climate, we are always construed as a country with over-regulated, over-licensing, in which now the government is trying to really improve the doing business in Indonesia. And secondly is the high-cost economy that's still really much a big concern for Indonesia, because obviously to be competitive, our cost of doing business, of course, our labor cost, energy costs, our logistic costs, has to be very much competitive. Our interest rates and so forth has to be competitive with our neighboring countries. Also, the availability of the raw materials. I think when we talk about manufacturing industry, raw materials are very important, and 70% of it is still currently imported. So we are not yet independent in the sense that we are still very much relying on imported goods for the raw materials. So all this on top of course, the labor. When we talk about the manpower, a lot of the issues become because we have very much low-skilled labor. And at the moment, what's investment that come in are more on the higher skill, with higher technology. This is also an issue. So the competitiveness between us and other countries rely a lot on these issues, and many of these are now addressed by the government. So government are actually pushing through, doing a lot of deregulation. We're doing a lot of upscaling, rescaling, the skill mismatch that has been happening. We're trying to pay attention to that and create more training